the third.
Yeah, that's what I talked about. Orlando really turned it up on the defensive end. And look out.
This your boy D Knows Ball back with another video. Say, man, I circled this game on my goddamn calendar. I'm talking my talk today. Hey, man, Wemby and Paolo finally met on the court, and it went exactly how I thought it would. Say, man, like I said, people that know me, people been following the channel, say, dog, Paolo is the most underrated, good, number one overall pick that I can remember, bro. He's the most least talked about. He's the most disrespected. I ain't gonna say it's disrespected, but the media ignore him. The media ignores him. And the Magic broadcast said it.
Look at Paolo and you think about the effect that he's had on this Magic team in his short 2 years. It's all about winning, right? You know, he came to us as the #1 pick, 22 win team. Next, you know, his rookie year, he won 34. That's plus 12. That doesn't happen. That's an impactful player. You know, there's a lot of talk about Victor Wembanyama. He's going to be a great player, you know, a generational, transformative player. But you look at the San Antonio Spurs team with just 10 wins. They were a 22-win team last year. Don't see him having the same impact that Paolo has had on the Orlando Magic. I don't think that gets said enough. Well, and it's a phenomenal point because both rosters are the same. Exactly. Exactly. One guy to each. Yeah. Look at the difference in turnaround. Absolutely. I mean, that's the point that.
But I'm just saying, man, I think Paolo is just one of them guys, man. He's a winner, man. Going all the way back to Duke. He got the final Coach K Duke team to a Final Four, man, as a freshman, and was clearly the best player on that team. He didn't have other impactful NBA players on his team. And I just think Paolo is just that good, bro. And I'm not trying to knock Wemby because I understand Wemby and I understand his height, but Wemby gets talked about enough. Paolo don't get talked about enough. And when it comes to potential, I don't think Paolo is that far off from Wemby. Like Wemby might have more potential just because his height and his skill, and he's just in a crazy package. And I think he could be a generational defender on top of being an all-time talent offensively. But Paolo ain't far behind him. Paolo don't got no holes in his game for real, for real. He came in as one of the most polished NBA players I've ever seen in terms of physical tools, in terms of skill, and in terms of mentality. Paolo, he has it all. And we forget he's not even, bro, he just turned 21 this season, I think. So he's still young too. And just the impact he has on winning for the Magic, the fact that he's just a hell of a player. He should be an all-star this year. And it's about time we talk about him. Just like we talk about Wemby, just like we talk about Ant, just like we was talking about Zion. Paolo should be mentioned with them dudes, man. He's one of them ones, man. We can't keep ignoring him. But let's get to this game. I thought, hey, man, it was a very competitive game at first, and then second half, that third quarter, you know how that stuff goes with the Spurs. If you know, you know. But first quarter, first half, man, the Spurs came out swinging. They really did, and I really like Devin Vassell. I think Devin Vassell. He's another underrated player. That dude was really making shots in that first half. He was just hitting everything, like standstill jumpers, baseline jumpers, and ones. Like Devin Vassell, bro. I think that's the perfect pair next to Wemby. Jeremy Sohan. Ooh, that alley-oop to Jeremy Sohan. That was nasty. But you know, the Spurs is just outside of Wemby and Vassell, anybody's up for grabs. Anybody can go. It's not too many people I like on this Spurs team. The more I watch them, Julian Champagnie, I love Julian Champagnie coming out of St. John's, but he's not an NBA starter. He's not an NBA starter, bro. He's not an NBA starter, man. But other than that, I thought Jeremy Sohan had a solid game. He turns the ball over too much. Sometimes Jeremy Sohan, I don't know. Like all them not playing in the summer league, I think it's taking a toll on Jeremy Sohan. He's not progressing. He's actually progressing. He's progressing. He's getting better at basketball, but he's not what I thought he would be as that connector piece, the team first guy coming out of Baylor like I thought he would be. Like Jeremy Sohan try to get it up. Jeremy Sohan try to, you know what I'm saying, stake his claim. But it's not what I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be very unselfish, very just, I don't care about my stats as long as we win type of guy. Kind of don't seem like he's trended in that direction. But now let's get to the Orlando Magic. Say Franz Wagner had a hell of a game. He finished on Victor Wembanyama a few times. Jonathan Isaac, I thought Jonathan Isaac played some great defense on Wembanyama. I thought Jonathan Isaac even eyeballed him with that baseline jumper. I think Wendell Carter had some good moments on Victor Wembanyama. He did get into some foul trouble. But and then we didn't get too much one-on-one between Victor Wembanyama and Paolo, but it was still a great game showcasing off both number one picks. I think Paolo, his passing skill, his passing instincts at this early of a stage for a big player like he is next level, man. Like the fact that it took Tatum so long to develop his passing after double team. It took Embiid so long. It took Ingram so long. Paolo already has it. You can't double team Paolo. Anytime you bring an extra guy on Paolo, that ball's out quick to a shooter, to a cutter. Just anybody that's open, Paolo will find them. I think Paolo, at this young of an age, is one of the best passers as a big that I've seen in a long time. Just you could say Sengun and of course Jokic, Sabonis, but I think Paolo is right there with them guys to a certain extent. Like it's not the focal point in his game. Like he usually waits to pass when things like when the defense collapse on him and things like that. But when he does have to pass, Paolo's passing instincts is on point, and he always deliver a nice that bounce pass to Jalen Suggs for that layup in transition. Like that was a very good pass, bro. And Paolo just has it all. He showed you the transition three, the dunk, the post ups. Say, man, you cannot put those. When Devin Vassell got on Paolo in the post, it was easy work for Paolo, man. Paolo's just one of my favorite players. He really is, man. He really is. And I'm damn near, I'm at the point with Chris Vernon. I don't know if y'all know, but Chris Vernon on the Mismatch podcast with Kevin O'Connor, he said a lot of good stuff about Paolo.
There's no doubt in my mind that Banchero is going to be one of the 5 to 10 best players in the league. And he's going to be
5
one of
to
those
10 best.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes. Kevin, he is absolutely awesome already for his age. I didn't see some vintage Banchero performance either. But just watching him out there, I'm like, brother, when he gets it all figured out, this is a problem because the size, the skill, and the tenacity to go along with it, he's got all the goods to be one of the absolute best players in the entire NBA. That's what
Now, I think a good point he had on that podcast too was when he was talking about a two-man game with a guard. Paolo, if he gets next to a guard, like I'm just gonna use this as an example. A Jamal Murray type, a Donovan Mitchell type, just a guard that is lethal in the pick and roll from three off the dribble. Like one of those guys. I love Franz Wagner, and Franz Wagner is one of my favorite wing players just because he's another Swiss Army knife that can do a little bit of everything. But they do need a guard that you could put next to Suggs. And I don't know if Anthony Black is that guy. And I think Anthony Black, like I would love Anthony Black like on the Timberwolves. I love him on the Jazz, something like that. But oh man, I'm just because they have Suggs and Anthony Black and Suggs, I'm not gonna say they have similar skill sets, but they're not the dynamic offensive guards that you would kind of need when you already have a Jalen Suggs and a Paolo in the front. And I think Markelle Fultz and Wendell Carter can eventually be traded. It's just the core I'm really 100% solidified with this Orlando Magic core is Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, and Jalen Suggs. That is the core. That's the three-man core. I don't care what's going on. Don't trade them guys. Everybody else, it depends on the offer, what you can get, things of that nature. Anthony Black, I love him. And, you know, he's from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I just don't know if that's just going to be the greatest pick for him, especially with the passing instincts of a Paolo and Franz. They don't really need that. And that's already a good defensive team. So I don't know. They do need that shooting guard position, or they're just a dynamic guard position just to go with them guys. But Paolo, man, I agree with Chris Vernon. He's going to be a top 5, top 10. I wouldn't be surprised if Paolo get an MVP in his career. I'm keeping it a buck. All NBA, All-Star. The sky's the limit for Paolo Banchero, man. It's the sky's the limit for Victor Wembanyama too, but we already knew that. We got to talk about Paolo more. But let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Can Paolo be a top 5 player? But let me know in the comments. This is what Didn't Know Ball. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind. Need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line. Any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.